Hello everybody and welcome. I am EBINOTTI. Welcome to EBINOTTIofficial. I wanted to sit outside today and do a reading, tap in and get some collective energy for us and see what's going on. I was picking up a bit of tension, not anxiety as much as a discomfort, like a frustration, a bit of aggression coming in the collective today, and I was a little bit curious about it, so I spent the day meditating and tapping in for us and just checking out my interpretation for the collective that I read for you and for me, just to see what it was and if there were any messages that we could get. So we're going to do a reading today. I'm going to pull some oracle cards and then we're going to do a tarot spread. So the first sort of downloaded message that I got when I sat in this energy was that, you know, anger and frustration are excellent fuel when you need some energy, when there is work to be done. The only problem with that is you can't really take your anger and your frustration with you, say, to work. Well, depending on what you do, right? But it's finding that channel and that coping mechanism that works for us. So that was the first message coming in, was to allow the space for yourself to feel what you're feeling and to bring that to the surface so that it's not sort of dwelling anywhere in the body, because right now there's a lot of illness and purging coming up within the collective. Okay, because of the sun and because of where we're at in terms of time, the era that we're in right now. So that was the first message, was just to take that anger and that aggression and channel it as consciously as possible. So staying in the highest vibration, even when we find ourselves mixing in lower frequencies. There's no such thing as vibing high and then that's it. You're there, you've reached the vibration and it's maintained for the rest of your life. It really is about channeling these vibrations if and when they're necessary. So with anger and all of that, it really is taking that time, having that safe space, allowing the anger to come up, to be fully realized, and then to put that energy where you want to take that energy where you want to, and where you need it. I'm hearing and where you need it, because we all need that energy so bad right now. My face is all of a sudden like really tight. That's such a weird sensation to be feeling all of a sudden, but my face is sort of really tight in the mouth. Like I kind of want to do like my little mouth stretching exercises, which is weird. I've got a whole bunch of smudge burning for us today, so let's talk about that really quick. I'm burning some incense cones. These are lavender, I believe. I picked them up at a local shop and I like these quite a lot. I've got a couple of incense sticks burning as well, the Nag Champa. I like the dragon's blood ones, so we've been using those. Talking about dragon's blood, I am still using for us, if you caught the last few live readings that I did, I'm still using for us this ritual smudge. So this is white sage with the fragrance, or I like to call it the dip, the dip of dragon's blood. So just a little bit of dragon's blood to come in there as well. I also pulled for us today the Dragon Oracle cards. Sorry if that was really loud. The Dragon Oracle cards, for some reason, really channeling that dragon energy. I was talking Draconians, Palladians, Syrians, and all that recently, so maybe that's why this is coming up for us. I'm curious to see what dragons are going to come through, but we're going to start, like we have been lately, with the Goddess Oracle. We're going to get a goddess card or 3, whatever comes out, and see what that divine feminine energy that it really is ruling the cosmos right now, see what that has to say. We're going to tap into also the Anubis Oracle, because we're in this time within the collective where with the 8/8 portal, which is the 8th month, 8th day of the Gregorian calendar, if you take that for what it is, just take it for what it is, right? In terms of time that we're all going through collectively, Anubis comes into play by being sort of the gatekeeper, the one who allows us to step through the portal to the new life, the new world, the new order, you know, in light and in love, you know, or whatever we decide to create in that space, but because that's just what he said and that's how that goes. And ain't that the truth, you know? But to get through the portal, your heart has to balance out on that scale. So you have to be activating those codes within you to lighten up the heart space. You have to be doing your shadow work, allowing the inner child to have her say or their say. And that's just the work right now. And after that, it comes a lot to trust. The download that I got for the collective, and this will be coming through for the next couple of weeks with the new moon cycle in Leo coming up, and then the 8/8 portal. But the message really is, you know, trust. How much do you trust yourself and your philosophies that you've developed, whether you want to call that faith, spirituality, I like to call it philosophy, you can call it religion, you know, it's what we live by, it's what we believe is truth, and through that believing, we find the things that are truth, and then we know there's a resonance, a vibrational resonance to truth. And what I've discovered, if you're a light worker watching this, this is for you, for my light workers out there, or my energy workers, because you could be a dark energy worker as well. I do believe there's the duality amongst us. The message is, oh my God, it's going so quickly. We're not going to do that today. So give me just a second to tune back into it. Yes. Okay. So with the trust, the light worker duality and the dark worker energy, what it is, and again, it's gone. It's like, what? You don't want me to say it? We don't want to say that now? We're just moving on? No, we're not moving on. Come on. Okay, so for whatever reason, that message is completely gone. But what I am getting now is a warning to be very careful with your energy, the power that you have right now and how you're wielding it, what you're doing with it, karmically creating karma. But deeper than that, this comes from our spiritual origins. So the message is to be cautious of how you're using your spirituality. And I think when it comes to studying, like we like to do, it's to remember that we don't know very much when it comes to that truth and that frequency, that resonance within you. We don't know that much, and this is very much so a learning curve for us. So it's important to allow the process and try not to stick so much to the details. Some people are coming to this information through their religious following, their faith in religion, and other people are coming to it as kids through their love of cinema and storytelling. So it's important to allow people to practice now the vibration of truth and finding that ascension, which we're calling spirituality right now, right? But again, that's in the English language, and that's in one way of describing it. So it's important to not label things, not box them in, and not worry so much about being necessarily right or wrong in describing the messages that are coming through. That's the message that was coming through for the light workers. You can understand a truth in a time for you and your collective, or for whatever reason you're receiving that truth, to discover down the road that that was not truth and you bought into it. So there are many lessons to be learned right now. I think it's very important to be adaptable and to remember to be humble and loving out here. So when you're in the community, is to give love instead of worry so much about how somebody describes the details of something. Like to even say, well, let's see what I agree with what you're gonna say about. It's like, okay, that's kind of some stanky energy. And the reason for that is because when you trust in somebody's heart space, so where they're coming from, you can allow them to speak their resonance, and then you can speak yours, and it can be a collaborative process, instead of worrying that somebody's going to say something that now somebody's going to look at you and think that you buy into that same thing. Do you see what I'm saying? There's a lot of fear behind that process out here in the community right now. So that's a big message coming through for my energy workers. I always say my light workers just as a habit, but I don't think I'm a light worker. I think I'm a dark energy worker. I think I understand the light and I live in the light, but the light needs to understand the darkness. It needs to have a little bit of that, that balance, that yin and yang, a little bit of dark in the light and a little bit of light in the dark, in order to protect, in order to keep to remain hopeful. So it's important to know, what are you in majority? Are you innocent and pure and all that light, or are you dark and mysterious? And you know, what do you buy into as an image? I feel like so many people think that they are one thing because they like dark clothing, and it's like, are you good or are you bad though? Because if your energy working out here, like, I don't care what you think, then you're of the light, you know, and there is dark and light in both aspects. So I feel like I could go on forever about this, but what we're going to do is tap into this reading now. So we're going to pull some cards and get some messages. My hair is just already driving me crazy. At least the wind has mellowed right out though, but my little baby hairs get all in my face. If you see me, like, probably can't see all my baby hairs, but they tickle my cheeks. So, okay, let's get started here. A nice deep breath. Take a nice deep breath. Put your hands on your knees if you can. I don't know why that's such a message coming through for the collective lately, but I've been picking it up kind of pretty consistently. Your hands want to be on your knees. And it's like, okay. It's a part of the body, two parts of the body that want to connect. You know. So when you're aligning your spine and you're getting relaxed and all of that, if you can, put your hands on your knees and see how that feels. You know. So let's straighten up our spines. See, it's gonna get a little windy now. Let's see if we can keep the hair going in one direction. Away from the face. Should I wear my little headband cat ears thing out here? Usually helps. Oh, come on, Spidey. Now? He almost got mashed up. He's coming back for more. Tiny spider on the altar. Our little outdoor altar. So I want to welcome you to the space. I want to welcome all of those at the highest. Don't even. Goddess Oracle's like, don't put him on me. Mama's like real protective, so she just moved him right out the way for us. It's a good thing too, because I am not digging spiders. Nay. Okay. Focus. The wind's coming to clear our space, and I love that. On the bottom of the deck, got some powerful bottom of the deck energy right there. So have a look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4 on the clock. Okay. So first card that came out face up, we have Sarah Dwen, Death and Rebirth. Ooh. Look at the phases of the moon behind her. Isn't that beautiful? Isn't that a beautiful representation? So as a goddess energy, this is what we're getting first, Sarah Dwen. And this transformation is literally the death and rebirth we have of the era. We have the death and rebirth of ourselves, because as divine feminines, we are not only birthing the literal cosmos into a new, right now, a whole new world. It's a lot more than just a new earth, okay? You have to think of why they named it Earth. Go back into the history and the origin of the name of this planet, and you'll understand why a new earth is just more propaganda. It's words they like to use, and we can take that and put a totally different resonance on that, those words and that energy. But to understand that this rebirth is so much greater than just this one three-dimensional earth that we're living on, because there are many dimensions on this planet. Because it's a plane of existence. And whether you've traveled here in the physical world on this earth or not, or maybe you've traveled in your dreams, in the dream space, or in the ethers, maybe you've done some astral projecting, some astral traveling, consciously or unconsciously, you know how that goes. You know that there are many dimensions here. The spaces we create are multi-dimensional here. And I don't know if you've ever seen the show The OA, but there was a scene in season 2 where the FBI agent shows up in their hotel room, right, and he like breaks some stuff down to them, and that's where he kind of shows his role within their timelines, their collective timelines, because this group of people has many timelines together. That's this energy, and it's just speaking to us about, you know, being comfortable in it, as comfortable as something like death or birth can be. It's to prepare. Like, think of going through the birthing process, where whether you're male or female, right? Think of going through the birthing process, and it's like, you prepare for that. You like really prepare. Like, you probably don't prepare for anything in life the way you prepare for that, because it's going to be like, you know, it's going to suck, right? But you also know that you're likely to survive it. Especially in this day and age, you are likely to survive it. And even when we didn't think we'd survive it, we still did it multiple times in our lifetime as women, as females. And anybody can relate to that energy, you know. And then second, it's like, more than knowing that you're going to survive it, you know it's going to be worth it. Like, nobody's happy with this world. Nobody wants to be here like this. Whether you have all the money, all the this, all the that, whatever. This place sucks. Like, this fucking plane, the way that it has been, sucks. So nobody's kind of vibing with that right now. So it's time for a change. And I think as long as we know that we're pregnant and about to give birth, it won't be necessarily as terrifying as being like, oh my God, what's happening? And then all of a sudden your body starts doing this crazy thing and a fucking child falls out and you're like, what the fuck was that, you know? So just a heads up, babe. That's what we're going through. Next we have the Sphinx. Wow. Challenge. Do you know why? Because in the age of information, you get word wars, you get ego, you get man fighting man, you get war, conflict, challenge. You can choose angelic, but you can't choose somebody else's choice. You can't make choices for others. Welcome to the Milky Way galaxy of free will. This is the challenge coming. It's not the birthing process now, it's the effect of that. You can't choose somebody to be, okay, I heard this message the other day and I loved it because I've been channeling it for months and I didn't want to say it. But the message was, you can't save them, babe. That's exactly how I've been hearing it for months. And somebody almost quoted that, like, out of my mind in a live the other day. And I'm like, I'm feeling it. Yeah, you can't save them. Okay, the challenge now for anybody doing the work is going to be not doubting self. So not going backwards unnecessarily on karmic cycles out of comfort. Know that you're about to give birth and that's what the fuck is happening, okay? That comes to everything. Know that that's what it's coming from. Do you understand? And then it's like, oh my God, what do you do when it's like your family, your loved ones, like the only people you have, or people you really, really, really don't want to not be able to save or take with you or whatever. And it's like, the challenge for us, I think the hardest part is going to be just allowing people to make their own decisions. It's like, that's a bit tyrannical, but we have it in us, you know what I mean? Especially as the fed up, wildly abused divine feminine energy of the cosmos. It's like, she can go dark, so be careful with that dark supreme energy, whether it's Maiden Supreme, Mother Supreme, or Crone Supreme. Whoever you're embodying in the dynamics of divine feminine, if you go supreme, make it of love and light, eh? Like, be very, very careful with wielding your power, supreme power, because it can go dark so easily right now. It's a big message coming through. It's something we have to be very, very careful of when we're wielding power right now, is that we don't let it go dark. Yeah, that's the whole message. Okay. Vila. I heard living the vida loca. I just saw that the other day, like, I don't know where, on a movie or something, it popped up. But okay, shape-shifting, I like it. I love the wolf and the horse energy coming through here. Vila, this feels very, I was gonna say friendly, earthly, earth-friendly. It feels very in sync with the ecosystem, with the, well, let's keep looking at it. It feels very in sync with the angelic energies that connect to the earth. So everything to do with spirit animals, everything that grows and lives on this earth with us, There's a lot of balance here with this energy. There's a lot of air energy coming off of this. It's truth and communication without speaking. So there's not a lot of verbiage going on here as much as there is like a frequency. You know, it's being calm and being confident within the animal kingdom. And that only comes from balance. That only comes from true balance within the ecosystem. Very interesting. Let's see what the Anubis Oracle has to say coming out. These gorgeous cards, if you guys are interested. Shape-shifting and challenge, hey? I mean, the ability, like I was saying with the Divine Feminine, the ability to move within the three archetypes, the mother, the maiden, and the crone. The maiden, the mother, and the crone in order, sorry. I just say it a lot. The ability to move within these archetypes is so powerful because it really is speeding up time. Like, if you can feel time is going a lot faster now than it ever was, but there's also these beautiful, prolonged moments of bliss and pleasure and peace and love and just like so many amazing frequencies that really do take their time and let you bliss the fuck out in them, right? Like, if you guys have been feeling that, it's so amazing. If not, it's coming. That's coming for you. Wow, the messages are just like flying. The wind is just doing it to me right now. It's just like clears the mind, clears the mind, clears the mind. So if you need to clear your mind, I mean, the wind usually pisses me off. It's like the least favorite thing for me. Like, I would take the rain over the wind, you know what I mean? With the lip gloss usually and the hair, it's just like, it's not my jam. But if you need to clear your mind, if you're having a lot of trouble clearing the energy around you, get out in the wind, you know, like tap into the frequency of the wind. I was like, when I was sitting down for this, I was hearing the Paint with All the Colors of the Wind song from fucking Pocahontas, the Disney movie, and I was like, okay, like, and it was going hard too, like it would not go away. And like, if you know me, you know I like Disney, but I can't tell you the last time I watched Pocahontas. Like, Jesus, that's one that I just it wasn't really my vibe. I loved her, but the whole thing was just like, yo, I'm from Haisla Nation, Kitimat, BC. Can't tell me nothing about this bullshit story, you know? So I wasn't feeling it, to say the least. The fucking hair, okay, I tried, my loves, but the hair is going up because it's driving me batshit right now. All up in my face. So the best that we can do, it's important to allow yourself the courtesy and the grace to do the best that you can do right now. And if the best that you can do is maybe something that doesn't make you all that proud, because, you know, it's a wild, aggressive, it's, you know, I heard a message today. I posted a reading that I watched earlier on the Facebook page, on EBINOTTI on Facebook. And the message was about Uranus being, doing what it's doing. And the whole vibe with Uranus was like, wild card. This is wild card energy. And as much as that can be positive, any new energy can come in. It can be like, boom, boom, you know, ching, ching. Things change very, very quickly with wild card energy. It can also be very chaotic with people and their emotions. So I found a lot of aggression coming in for myself, but also like in the collective energy that I read for, the aggression was real, you know. It was something that like the flies, the wind right now is not okay. Not fucking okay. Okay, on the bottom, ooh, card number 8, Ma'at, truth, radiance, and balance. Yes. And that's the thing, Divine Femme energy is like judgment and justice all fucking day long here, because we're in a judgment period with Divine Femme. Like, the whole cosmos is going through it. Nobody had a say. She woke up, boom, shit shifted. Like, end of discussion. It's almost like she was chilling. Age of Aquarius came and she was like, oh, hi, remember me? Discipline come through. Card number 1, entering the mystery, and I love this. Card number 11, Bast. So we have all the ones. all the ones coming through. Hello, 11111, which is a lot about self, you know, self-reflection, understanding that everybody's making decisions from free will right now, and everybody's going through upgrades. Everybody is on the verge of either power or psychosis. Like literally people are going fucking crazy, and it's because they can't handle the upgrades, you know. It's your time is done. You don't know how to move in this energy. Bye. So entering the mystery, you've got a lot of the divine feminines, the archetypes. You can read them all here. Isis, Nephthys, the dove, and you get this energy of the collective divine feminine coming together now, because it's not just one archetype, there are many. And the goddesses all coming together. So if you are embodying this energy of divine feminine, whether you're male or female, but a lot of us females, it's probably really rugged. It's probably rugged, okay? Because entering the mystery is talking about having faith. Entering the mystery is, well, you're not going to have the answers, but if you have the faith, you're going to enjoy this. You know, you're going to get your manifestations. You're going to get to witness your karmic justice, you know what I mean? The balancing of the scales and all of that as we move through the 8/8 portal and into Virgo season, and then we come on. You know, it's gonna be worth it. It's gonna be so worth it. It's just not gonna be easy, and there are gonna be times where it's hard and it's not fun at all. Bast, I love this energy. Holy longing and desire. Ooh, yeah. Instinct and sensuality. So this is about the self again. This is a feline energy as well. The divine feminine again coming through, even though this is a masculine energy typically. The thing is, the balancing within the divine feminine and masculine right now is allowing for some really beautiful sensuality, creation energy, much pleasure to be had here. Spiritually, you have to be in alignment for all of that to be doing what it's got to do. Otherwise, you're creating karmic scales for yourself. Don't fuck around. That also means for the people that don't have that in their lives, if you're single, if you're without a partner, or any kind of even the desire to seek it or to allow it, if you open that door, if it's something that you do desire, now is again that wild card timing, you know, gives us some opportunities for things to change very quickly. So when you allow energy and energy comes in for you, you can trust it. Again, coming back to trust. Entering the mystery is about knowing that you are being guided by the archetypes of divine feminine through the gates, right up to Anubis, to be like, here's her heart, put it on the scale. Yep, good, on you go. And then she goes through the door with you, and then you're on your own pretty quick after that. But you do get a bit of grace period, you know, there's a rest period. It's lovely. Doing what I do for the collective and the kind of work and everything that I'm building in my life, I go through this stuff pretty quickly. Typically, I'm going through it kind of before the collective to process it, to allow the messages to come for your divine timing. So I get to go through these a little bit early, usually by myself. Lots of fun. I mean, it is in the sense that I feel beautifully supported. So if you're an energy worker and you're feeling very alone right now, the message coming through on that is that's a good sign. If you're alone, then you're standing exactly where you're meant to be standing. So thumbs up to you if you're standing alone right now. Let's get into next. It's just going to get windier and windier, I think. Let's get into the tarot and do a little tarot spread and see what kind of energy is coming up, what kind of messages are coming through with the tarot. I'm going to be doing a tarot course soon if you guys are interested in learning about the tarot. There'll be all kinds of free content here on YouTube like there always is. You can also follow me, EBINOTTI, on Instagram, TikTok. I highly recommend Facebook if you're interested in the like the content that I watch. I try to share a lot of it over on Facebook. So there's different content, short form content and things like that on TikTok and Instagram as well. Lots and lots of new stuff coming out for you guys. So go check that out if you are interested. Just how it's going to be today. I'm very much so looking forward to teaching people who want to learn about the tarot a very simple and effective way to become independent and capable of reading tarot. I think there's a lot of things that people need to be cautious and aware of course. So an introductory guide to tarot I think is very important, especially if you're going to teach it. So me as a teacher, it's like I'm not going to put it out there without giving you the rules, you know, that I follow, so that if you don't, you're on your own. And that shit ain't on me. So I wish all love and light to everybody, and dabble in the dark if and when you will, because we all have darkness within us. You know, I just don't attach my energy to anything that's not mine anymore, and I think that's a very good message for all of us, is that we pull our energy back, and we allow the exchange. Give your energy freely where you will, and where it doesn't feel right to you, take it back right now. Okay, let's see what the tarot has to say. These damn flies, there's not usually like many flies out here, and all of a sudden today it's like there's gonna be some dead flies out here. Dead flies out. I'm not kidding at all. But the spiders will eat well tonight. The sun is shining a little bit, which is lovely. I have a little smoothie here beside me today. I'll take both of these because they're sticky. We got the 9 of Pentacles, the earth element. I love that. Again, about self-wealth, self-value, self-worth. So this is a big message coming through for divine feminine to keep working on that. You're doing the work. You're doing so beautifully in balancing out all of the things that brought you to any level of self-loathing or any level of lack ever. So this is big. It's also very abundant, you know. It's luxurious, I heard. I love luxury, and luxury can be so many different things at so many different times. So I really love this energy. This is feels like good food, good music, beautiful environments, you know, like a really enjoyable atmosphere. Ooh, I like it. And then we got the Knight of Wands. So here's mission. It's passion. Being the knight, it's a young masculine energy, so it works very quickly to get the job done. It's always sort of focused on mission, so I feel that passion from you, with the balancing of luxurious, calm, nourishing, just really pleasurable blissed out environments and time. You are very capable of moving when it's time to make moves. So getting the energy aligned here to step into mission, to maybe take some action coming up here pretty soon. If you've been taking action and there hasn't been a lot of movement, that's a message as well. So we're going to see what comes out next. Third card out is going to be our central energy for the reading. We do a 5-card spread. If you're interested in personal readings from me, I do offer personal readings. The information will be listed down below, which is you can email me. We'll have a little discussion. We'll talk about where you're at. Before we do any kind of energy or cash exchange or anything like that, we'll have a little chit chat and we'll see where you're at and what kind of thing you're looking for. I want to make sure, 1, that I can actually do something for you before I take your money, and 2, that you know that you understand exactly what we're doing. So central energy, 5 of Pentacles, some broke ass, lonely ass energy, and that's fine. Very much so. The collective is broken, shattered. I heard shattered. What a word. For your career, for your finances, for the home, for all of the things that we use the money for to stabilize. Shattered, I heard. Woo. And I'm putting this right on top of Saradwin, death and rebirth. So it's an interesting energy all around. Let's see if I can light. Just give me 1 second to light a little candle. It's very windy, so I don't know how this is going to work out, but I'm going to try here. The flies are making me a little crazy now. There's never been flies or anything out here, but everybody walks their dogs on the sidewalk, like right outside my house, and all their dogs piss and shit, like right here. So it's like, thanks. Thanks for that. Okay, so I just want to see if I can light a candle to get a smudge going. because I'm feeling very attacked with annoyance right now. You? How are you feeling right now? I very much so know where this energy comes from. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm very aware of people like to talk about spiritual attacks like they actually know something about it. The problem is people don't know anything about it. So they're casting, not even paying attention, no idea what the fuck's going on. You know, just sending out all this juju ass, bad intention energy. And it's like, man, I see people all the time doing it and I'm like, ooh, you better be careful. You better be careful when you're talking like that, especially to other people. I'm like, oh, because you're out of your damn minds. You have no idea what you're doing. Just in the season that we're in, that's a message coming. I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna smoke because it's really starting to piss me off now. King of Cups and the Lovers next. Jesus. Okay. I'll try to light those incense because the smudges have pretty much gone out. There's like one barely going in there. I'll see if it'll light itself again. But we've got the King of Cups. Dada. That's mastery of the emotions. The opposite of what I'm feeling right now. Okay. And then we have Major Arcana number 6, the Lovers. Big decisions between the head and the heart, the mind and the heart. Masculine, the mind, feminine, the heart. Okay? That's how I'm feeling. Mastering the emotions. Let's talk about it. Divine Masculine right now, I feel like is coming through in such a big way for us because as Divine Feminines, I don't know about you, but fucking mastery of the emotions is the last thing I feel. I mean, there are days. There are whole days. There are days in sequence. And then there is this morning when I woke up and it was like, wow, that streak ended. That streak's over immediately. And I'm angry again. And I'm like, the dragons, they're like, pull me. Yes, baby. I'm gonna pull a dragon and we're gonna see why, Christ, why. It's a lot. Ooh, it's fucking a lot. And I read for the collective again, so I channel a lot of this energy by choice, you know. One, because I always felt it anyways, and it was completely purposeless because I had no idea what the hell I was doing or what was going on. But now it's like with purpose, you know what I mean? I do this for you, I do this for me, I do this for feminines. All female, all feminine energy, that is what I do it for the balancing and protection of that. Okay, so let's see what our dragons have to say. I got 2 dragons out here. One on the left for masculine, one on the right for feminine. Switch them up for us today because it's about balance. That's the thing about the Lover's energy. It's about the balancing of masculine and feminine, and it has been in some toxic ass places in the last millennia. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's been toxic. We've got the white gold dragon from Lyra. What does that connect you to? Christ light. I know I said Jesus Christ, and you know, to anybody who's got that religious sort of trigger, I apologize to you for your trigger. But this is exactly it. It's more than, okay, develop your causal chakra. Bathe in 9th dimensional Christ light. This is really, the causal chakra is divine feminine, it's the sacral chakra. We're talking about water energy, even though it's an orange chakra. You might have thought fire. It's not. It's water. It's feminine. It's the uterus. It's the birthing of an entire cosmos. This is, you can be the sweetest, you know, pick the sweetest archetype that you can for a female, for a divine feminine energy, and put her in labor pains. It's a different vibe. You're gonna get a different version of the female today, you know, because she's in pain, she's uncomfortable, she's birthing, you know. She ain't picking up your shit today. She ain't listening. She ain't got it today. She ain't got it to help you today. You better be fucking getting your shit together today on your own. You better be doing everything you can for her because this is the only time she fucking needs you. She needs you right now. And that's the message coming through. So to feel the 5 of Pentacles is our central energy. Cold, broke, alone, in fear, in the 3D, because we have no idea what the fuck's going on out here. This is pretty, yeah, that's exactly it. message coming through is allow. You know, allow the highest frequency, allow it to resonate, allow people to support you in your birthing pains. Because literally when you're feeling really uncomfortable, like the way I am now, when you're feeling that way, just know that that's the process you're going through. So allow others to help. They will, you know. You can call in so much energy to you right now as well. Your ancestors, your spirit team, the ascended masters that you are working with. The ascended masters are like, hey, what's up? You know, like, call on me. Interesting. Bottom of the deck. Woo! We got the Queen of Wands. Now that's power. That's power. Divine Feminine. Ooh, with the King of Cups out here, I love the two of them together because the Queen of Fire is so confident. She's so sparkly, so shiny, very attractive kind of energy, right? Where it's like the feminine James Bond. It's like everything that EBINOTTI embodies is that Queen of Fire energy where she wields her power justly, beautifully, with grace and compassion. Kindness is so valuable right now. So if you want to make money right now, be nice. Be nice. And watch the money flow, baby. Ching, ching, ching goes the money tree. And every time a ching money comes to me, it all comes in so abundantly from the top down, left, right, up under me. And that's it. It's as simple as that. So kindness, the heart space, the divine feminine, if and when she can, will give everything. When the fuck she's birthing, just put a wet cloth on her head, you know, and shut the fuck up. Just don't even, just if you don't got the right thing to say, just be there. Be there so she can yell at you, or be there so you can get a fucking towel, or be there to catch the kid, just whatever, you know. Be there for that energy if you can. And that goes for us as well, because we're gonna have times where there's femmes around us that are going through that birthing pain, and we got to be there as the, you know, what's it called, the doula, you know, like helping our friends birth their new selves and their children and their cosmos and their gardens, and everybody's birthing something right now, that's for sure. So that's it. That's the whole messages coming through today. I'm gonna have a quick peek at the bottom. Ooh, emerald, the emerald dragon. I love the jewels right now. Emeralds, sapphires, and rubies are just doing it for me in the biggest ways. It brings in healing and cosmic abundance. Good fortune is coming. Let your thoughts support your divine perfection. Align with your fifth dimensional blueprint. Do you hear? Do you hear that? Does that need to be any more clear? You know what's in my fifth dimension? Emeralds and sapphires and fucking rubies. You know why? Because they're beautiful. Because I love them. Do you think that anything was birthed into this existence, be it an inanimate object or you, that didn't want to be loved and seen and adored and cherished? No, rubies want to be mine as much as I want them to be mine, and that's just how it goes. So know what's yours. Know what's yours. Know the people, know the objects, know the places, know the elements. Know the elements that you are working with right now: earth, air, fire, water, and the ethers. And then spiritually how you're bringing it together, because that will help you in your ascension process. You can look at astrology for that, your birth chart, where the planets are at, any of that. You can look at the elements, go internal, do meditation, work with the elements, see where you're at. There are many ways to come to the information that you're looking for, okay? So at 44 minutes in, we're going to leave it right there. Thank you so much for joining me today. Please make sure you like, subscribe, share this with somebody if you think they need it. Until next time, just keep it light, keep it all the way tight right now. I'll see you on your next reading.